What's up, everyone? This is Emilio with Quick Property Solutions. Today I am in Lincoln Park, which is in the Metro Detroit area. I am standing outside of a flip that we're working on right now, and unfortunately I'm making this video because I had to fire a contractor, and I'm going to go over why I had to fire this contractor. I'm going to show you the progress of how this house is looking right now. Yeah, unfortunately, in my attempts to try and scale out and meet new contractors, and came across one that seemed to be a good one. It didn't work out. So this video I'm gonna cover about what went wrong. I'm gonna show you the progress that we're going through now in the renovation, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, I'm inside the house now, and as you can see, we have continued on with the renovation. So here's what happened. I have my main partner whenever you see my YouTube videos, whenever I have clients that reach out to us and we're trying to get renovations done, I have one contractor that I work with. We've been partnered for years. They have been getting slammed with projects. We got projects upon projects. It's been taking us too long to get quotes. We're pretty much on backlog of projects right now for the renovations that we're doing. So what's been going on is I needed to expand. I have more projects like this one. I got another one that we did on the west side of Detroit, and he was just getting too busy. So I had a couple contractors where I give them small jobs here and there just to make sure they could do the job. The job was good. They showed up on time. They gave fair quotes. And then what I do is I try and give them bigger jobs as we go along. And then if they could prove themselves for the bigger renovations, then I can start adding them to handle client renovations. Because most of the renovations, if I'm going to lose money, it's going to be on my own property. I don't want to give a new contractor a project on a house where they're not proven. So I want to make sure that they're proven through me, and if I lose money on them, fine. But if they do really well and I feel like they could renovate the property for a client, then I'll put them on that project. So right now, trying to scale, and we're going through some scaling issues. So what happened was the first phase of a house will be demo and clean out. And from demo and clean out, you will now have an open canvas. So what they did was we pretty much had to take out all of the trash. There was couches in here, there was tables, there was things on the wall. There was a kitchen in here with cabinets. Let me walk you through the, actually, you know what, let's do this. This is a standard 3-1 bungalow, 3-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow with a basement. So here we had to pretty much demo everything out, again, remove everything, and we're in the living room right now. We've got a hallway down there, 2 bedrooms on the lower, 1 on the upper, 1 bathroom over there, and then we have the kitchen in here. So let's go through the kitchen, sorry, and dining room here. So dining room, kitchen. So there was a shelf that was here. We had to demo out the shelf. We had old cabinets here. The stove was over here. They had to remove all that. There was a lot of personal items in the basement. We had to get a dumpster for that. In the bathroom, they removed the vanity, the toilet, and then they demoed out the tub, and they removed what was here. I believe it was the tub surround. It wasn't tile, it was just plastic. Same thing in here in the bedrooms. So bedrooms are really easy. There's usually a light fixture, and then there's some doors and things like that. So they had to demo that out. The first signs that I noticed that it was kind of going okay was I gave him the deposit for the demo, and then he said that he would be here and demoing it out, and unfortunately I was really busy, so I did get a chance to come here every day. So I came here after a week, and the demo was done, and the dumpster was full, and then I was like, okay, he's doing his job, good, right? So they're gonna start the painting. So then there was still more leftover stuff. We filled that dumpster out, so I had to order another dumpster. So I ordered the next dumpster, and then I came back here when they were painting, and I noticed that we don't get the dumpster for a very long period of time, and I want to get it filled and taken out of here. I don't want the city to see that I have a dumpster here. So the dumpster was here for like almost 2 or 3 days, and it was halfway full, but the driveway was just full of stuff, and there was tires in the back. There was a bunch of demo in the driveway, and then I was like, okay, they're painting, and the dumpster is halfway full, and I told them this needs to get filled up and get as much demo as you can in there, fill it up so we can take it away, because I don't want the city seeing the dumpster. So then I saw them painting in here, and I was like, okay, they're painting, so people are here, right? So then I came back like 3 days later just to see how the painting was going, and the dumpster was still there. And then I went to the driveway, and I looked in the driveway, and there was still all the demo material was in the driveway, and he didn't fill the dumpster. That's the first thing I noticed, and I pretty much told him, like, you gotta fill the dumpster because I don't want the city calling me. Plus, you don't get the dumpster forever. You only have like a week, and it had already been out there for what, like 4 days. And then the one thing I noticed was the painting. So they started the painting, and if you notice the floor, we're gonna put vinyl flooring in here, but there's more paint on the floor than there is on the walls. I mean, look at this. They were extremely messy. And then one thing I noticed, okay, so with the dumpster thing, that took a while to take care of, and I actually had to, I have no problem doing work. I could do basic stuff like demo. So I pretty much would come and I just filled it up with all the demo material in the driveway. It took like a half a day because I had to fill up the dumpster. I got a lawnmower in the back, so I cut the grass, things like that. So I don't mind doing work on a rehab, but if you tell me you're gonna do it, then you should do it. So they didn't do that. And then with the painting, like notice the like little things like this. You see that? That's a screw. That's not good. I hate when painters just paint over screws and they didn't prep the walls at all. So like if you notice here, there's a nail here. We're in the dining room here. You see this trim that's on the wall? I told them to remove that before painting it, and then you could mud it or sand it. Mud it, sand it, and make sure the trim looked like there was never trim in here. They didn't take that down. They already painted it. There were spots all over the place. Yeah, like look up there. They didn't do that. There's all this material that's here now. So I have to jump over it. Look at this. Another nail in the wall right here. And it was just little tiny things like that. And the fact that they were so messy, the one thing that gets me is the porch. It's raining outside, so I don't want to go outside again. You see the porch here? I got a front concrete porch. There was paint like all over the concrete. So I'm gonna have to get a power washer and power wash all that paint off. And you know, it was just sloppy. And then another thing I noticed. Okay, so we're gonna go upstairs. And they started painting up here. But they didn't take the covers off. They didn't take the covers off. They just like painted right over it. Look, they painted over these outlets too. You know, it's just little things like that. And look, they were still painting, but yet when they were still painting, he had the guy install the carpet. So now, if somebody has to come up here, they could potentially get paint on the carpet. I mean, we have the brown paper cover, so we're gonna cover this up and they're gonna paint up here, but why would you have someone install the carpet and you're not done painting up here? So that stuff was all kind of suspect. So it started to pile up, and I started talking about these things with him, and when we started texting, the conversation was like, I text him and then he texts me right back. I text him, maybe an hour goes by. Look, I understand that we're all busy. Sometimes when people text me, it takes me like almost a half a day, maybe a day to get back to you sometimes. And that's fine. But you ever notice when you start texting somebody and you start noticing that like all of your texts, there's no response, and then you start seeing like, oh, I texted this guy on Tuesday and it's already Thursday, and then Friday passed, you keep texting and there's no reply. It started getting to the point where the communication was very lackluster. And then I started bringing up all these concerns that I had, like the nails in the wall, the fact that it was a messy paint job, the fact that I had to fill up the dumpster. No reply back. Called, left voice messages, no reply back. And then that's when I started to get, if you're gonna get busy, at least keep the communication open and just tell me. And then eventually he opened up and said, hey, I'm having some problems at home, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. We all have family. We all have things going on. So I'm a little lenient on that. But over the years, I've become less lenient. And I think one of the tips I want to tell you is that it's important to have empathy, but at the same time, you can't let your empathy go so far as to delaying a project or keep giving people money. And when you start to see like not red flags, but like yellow flags, like areas of concerns, if they're not getting addressed, if the communication is not like up to standard and they are going through some problems, I get it. But doing this for how many years with the contractors that are really bad, sometimes I notice that those are just excuses for not getting the job done. I have great contractors where they're going through some things, but they show up after hours. He'll show up on weekends to make up for the issues that's going on in his life, which shows his integrity and his character and his work ethic. But once they start making excuses, it's important to have empathy, but don't let the empathy and your big heart start to play. This is a business and you have to run it like a business. So what I started doing was instead of drawing this out, because if you used to watch my YouTube videos from years ago, I have a property on Claremont, and that's exactly the same thing I just noticed started happening. Family problems. If it wasn't a family problem, it was a truck problem. If it wasn't a truck problem, it was this problem. And all it was excuses, and I kept giving them the benefit of the doubt. And 1 week turned into 2 weeks, which turned into 4 weeks, which turned into 3 months. And eventually I had to fire him, but it took me months to fire this person, where now this person did this for like about 2-3 weeks. And eventually I was like, look, I just started, he wasn't calling me back. He wasn't texting me. So eventually I just let them go. I messaged them and then I left a voicemail and I just let them go. And fortunately, my partner actually found some free time. I told him what was going on and he came here and he was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like I pretty much lost like $9,000 paying this guy. And I think the final straw was, we're putting vinyl flooring in this house. And he went to Home Depot and we did a phone sale, and it was $1,500 for the vinyl flooring. And the vinyl flooring never got delivered to the house. And then I called him, didn't answer, never texted me back. And he finally got back to me and said, yeah, my truck got impounded and all the material is in the truck. And then that's when I was like, you're done. Like, I don't even care about the vinyl flooring. Matter of fact, he was like, I'll drop it off. Like, you at least paid for it. And I go, just take it back to Home Depot. Let me get a credit on it, on the materials. Never took it back. I just counted it as a loss. So I lost probably like $9,000 on this contractor, giving him the deposits. I don't want to say I lost all the $9,000 because he did some work. You could see that a lot of this stuff was gone. They did do a demo. They did do a clean out, which is fine. But overall, what I'm more upset about is that I'm on a mission to find great contractors to work with. And he had showed so much promise, and unfortunately, he was a good guy, but unfortunately, I'm not going to work with him again. And I think that's what's like the saddest part, the money part, and the fact that someone who had showed so much promise pretty much just like dropped the ball. But the one thing I learned through this is take a long time to hire and fire faster. Obviously 3 weeks isn't fast enough, but I did give him some time, but it's better than giving him 2 to 3 months, because I would imagine if I just keep giving him money, this would just become a money pit. So anyways, that's my story. That's some things to look out for, is notice the yellow flags. The yellow flags slowly but quickly will turn into red flags. Make sure the communication is key. people go through things in life, and I understand, but don't let your empathy take over your common sense and just saying, hey, I'm gonna have to let you go, fire quicker. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some value in this. Please subscribe to the channel, comment on the channel, like the video, share the video. If there's anybody out there that wants to learn more about real estate investing or is even investing in the Detroit, Metro Detroit area.